We're halfway through the year. Time to listen to the top 10 biggest hit songs of 2023. We're going to go through all of them. I think that there's accidentally 12 on here too, so I guess maybe we're going to be doing 12. These are all songs that came out in 2023. These aren't necessarily the biggest songs of 2023 because some of them came out in 2022 and I removed those, and we kind of did those last year in a different video. Starting off with Karma, Taylor Swift and Ice Spice.
Karma is that girl like.
Karma is that girl like. I've heard enough. Yeah, I pretty much agree with you guys here. I do. I think that this is oh God. I don't think that Karma by Taylor Swift is a bad song without the remix. I really don't. But the remix brings it down to such a low level. Like, I like Ice Spice, but this is such a mismatch of styles, and this just doesn't make any sense. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a good rap verse from Ice Spice. It doesn't make any sense for the song. The production gets worse during the Ice Spice verse, and it kind of feels like they tried to change Karma to fit around Ice Spice rather than Ice Spice trying to fit around the song. And I guess they probably did that because Ice Spice isn't really the most diverse artist right now. Like, it's not like she can do a lot of things. She can only really Ice Spice really only has 1 year. I feel like this is just this is a mess. At the very least, they could have sped up the song. I will say that the only reason that this isn't an awful, the only reason Karma isn't an awful is because Karma itself, I don't think is that awful of a song. There's some corny lyrics from Taylor, but that's pretty much it. Overall, I think Karma's a fine song, but the remix is bad. I think I'm agreeing with the chat here. The remix is bad. Okay, another remix from much earlier. This is a song that came out in like 2016 by The Weeknd. Die For You with Ariana Grande, just remixed this year. So Die For You, Ariana Grande remix. This song was already good. This song was already good. I've always liked this song. I don't know if it's like top tier The Weeknd. It is a pretty simple track. I don't think there's really anything that special about this song. I think it's a solid track that gained some popularity this year. Got a remix, and I know a lot of people don't like Ariana on this song. I think she sounds fine. I don't think that Ariana and The Weeknd have ever really made a bad song together, and it did not start with this one. But I'm gonna put it in good. I think it really is a solid track, but I don't think it's like top tier The Weeknd or it's one of the most amazing pop songs I've ever heard or anything. I think they have good chemistry together, and it's a solid track, great chorus, but there's nothing that super interesting about the instrumental or really anything about it, so I'm just gonna put it in good for now. What's next, chat? Oof, a song that came out pretty early in the year.
We were good, we were gold.
Yeah, this is definitely the song that I've heard the most this year that I've never chosen to listen to. I think this song has just been everywhere, and I can understand why. I guess it's got a very like inoffensive quality to it, but it's just kind of the definition of whatever. It's just a whatever song. I don't think that there's anything that amazing about it. I don't think there's anything necessarily that awful about it. I just kind of find it a little stale and boring, but does that make it a terrible track? No, it's whatever. I think that Miley all over this album had good vocal performances and terrible songwriting, and I think that Flowers is a good example of that. Moving on. All right, Just Wanna Rock by Lil Uzi Vert. This is another song I've heard a lot, but I've never really chosen to listen to because I kind of have a difficult time believing that anybody is really like choosing to listen to this song on their own. I think it's fine when it comes on, but like it's a 2-minute song and I kind of like it's one idea. I get sick of it like halfway through every single time I hear it. I think it's fine, decent instrumental. I think that the vibe, it's a very vibe-centric song, and in that respect, I think it does a pretty good job. I just struggle to believe that this does anything for anybody like beyond being like radio play or a party song that just kind of like fun in a DJ mix. This is the epitome of a song that works in a DJ mix, and that's kind of it. It's fine. It has its moment, but its moment lasts like 45 seconds. But for what it is, it's fine. It's fine for what it is. I'm just gonna put it in meh. I think it's better than Flowers. It's not as good as Die For You by The Weeknd. It really isn't. Sounds like you're mad because you can't dance. Yeah, that's definitely what it is. That's what it is. What do we have next? Oh God, Morgan Wallen. Holy shit, this song is somehow worse than I remember it being. It goes straight and awful to me. I mean, I know a lot of people criticize me for being like, oh, Will, you hate country. You always put the country songs in awful or bad. You always do it. And I think it's because, like, the country music that's surfacing to the top right now is generally bad. I think that it generally is bad. I'm not saying all of it's awful, but, like, Morgan Wallen is the biggest country artist in the world right now, and most of his music is pretty shit. Maybe it has some sort of meaning to it, but it's mostly fake, deep stuff where they use buzzwords that working class people are going to latch onto in some sort of way, and it's just kind of like, I'm instantly tired of it. Every single time I hear a new song like this, I feel like I've heard it before, and this is just one of a million, and I don't understand why this has been ruling the charts for almost the entire year. It's not a great track to me. I don't really like anything about it. It's it's awful. I'm gonna put it in awful for sure. What the heck? This is peak music, bud. True. All right, moving on to wow. Another Ice Spice song.
Take a look inside your heart. Is there any
Pink Panthers and Ice Spice, of course. Okay, Boys a Liar Part 2, Pink Panthers featuring Ice Spice. This is, maybe this might be my most controversial take, but it shouldn't be, because this song is fucking great. For what it is, in the vibe that it hits, and exactly like everything that it's trying to do, all cylinders, it's fucking great all the way through. I liked the song originally, but similar, it's funny how like Karma is in bad because the original song was pretty decent and then Ice Spice made it worse. I'm not saying necessarily it was her fault, but I think that Pink Panthers, I think the original version of the song might could have just been in good. It could have been in great too, but I think that Ice Spice cements it as great because her verse is so good. It's so infectious. I think it's probably her best verse period. And obviously this was like a super fun, easy to like Pink Panther song originally. And yeah, Ice Spice just elevated it. I think it's one of the best hit songs of the year. It might be the only song off of this list so far that I would actually, I actually have went to listen to this year. I've been like, I want to hear this song. It's Boys a Liar. Boys a Liar is just a good song. It's just a good song. It's so, it's so infectious. It's so addicting. I don't know what else to say about it. If you don't like it, I guess, no, actually, you know what? I was going to say I can see why. I can't. Moving on to a song that I honestly don't know if I know. Calm Down. All right, Calm Down by Rema, featuring Selena Gomez. I think this is the big Afrobeat song of the year. And the countless amount of Afrobeat songs I've heard better than this one is insane. I don't really understand why this is such a big track, because like the melodies are like so stale and the instrumental is just like a very basic Afrobeats thing, but it literally goes, that's the melody. Like that is that the hook? I don't know, but I don't really find this song to be very good. Honestly, it's down there. It's down there with the Karma remix. I would rather listen to these two songs over here in Med than this one. I just find it to be impossibly boring. I really do. Moving on. Okay. Wow. Man, do I hear this in my 24-hour fitness. Players by Coi Leray. I feel like Coi Leray is an artist that gets a little bit too much shit. I hear people bring up Coi Leray as like one of the worst rappers out right now. And I don't think that she is. I feel like she does have a lot of personality in her music. And I feel like this song is a pretty good example of that. It does sample Grandmaster Flash's The Message, which I think is kind of like a sacrilegious thing to do, to take like such a classic song like that and sample it. But at the end of the day, that song is really old. It was going to happen eventually, and I feel like worse songs could come out of it, but I don't think this is a great track either. I think the chorus is just kind of silly. It's just kind of a stupid chorus, but I feel like she does a pretty good job on this song. I think she does have like a very infectious energy to what she brings to the table here. I think is good for the most part, but it's not a great track. It's not like it's particularly well written. I think it just kind of carried by her personality. Moving on. Oh god, I was surprised that this song, I honestly thought this was Drake's first like real miss in recent history, but wow. Okay, yeah. Search and Rescue, Drake. This is somehow like even worse than I remember it being, but this was awful. Like I remember saying that it sounded like an auto-generated Drake song, like it didn't even sound like Drake. It still does sound that bad. Like it still really sounds horrible. The lyrics are just like cringy as fucking hell. It has like a Kim Kardashian sample in there. The melody is impossibly stale. It sounds like an AI generated Drake song. It really does. Like it doesn't sound like he would actually put this out, and I don't know why he did put this out. I don't know what purpose this serves. It's not like it's going to be in a future album. It's just some random single that he felt like he needed to put out for some reason. I don't understand it personally, but yeah, that's awful. This is the worst song on the list so far. Even worse than the Morgan Wallen track, I think. Okay, this is a new Bad Bunny track with Grupo Frontera. I don't think I've heard this one before. All right, Un X100 by Grupo Frontera. This is the first time I heard the song, and I'm pleasantly surprised. I did not know anything about this song. I do think that Bad Bunny isn't like, I don't necessarily think he ruins it, but I think he's the worst part about this song. Yeah, I don't think Bad Bunny carries this by any means, is what I'm trying to say. And I feel like overall, this is a pretty good track. Like, I like this better than I like these songs over here in Mid. This is definitely one of the better Latin tracks I've heard this year. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I don't think it's anything crazy, but it's a solid track. So, yeah, cool. All right. Favorite song by Tussy. I haven't heard this one yet either. Favorite song by Tussy? I think this is pretty terrible. This is pretty terrible. I think maybe it's better than Morgan Wallen, but I'm listening to the Ice Spice remix of Karma 10 out of 10 times over listening to this. I mean, it's kind of the most mid 2010s hip hop song I think I've ever heard, like melodic hip hop, and it sounds fucking dated as all hell, and the lyrics are silly. I'm on the stage right now singing your favorite song. This is not good. Yeah, favorite song. I'm putting it in awful. Moving on. Lil Durk, J. Cole.
Lately, I just wanna show up and body some shit.
All right, All My Life by Lil Durk featuring J. Cole. It's meh. It's whatever. I do find it a little corny, just kind of with the whole, I guess the whole like children's choir thing with the All My Life just over. It's just kind of, it's ill-fitting to me. I think it is also a little bit like, what's the song with Charlie Puth and Wiz Khalifa, the really big one, like it's got like 20 billion streams. See You Again. It definitely has like Wiz Khalifa See You Again energy in a bad way. Like it doesn't like come across as earnest as I feel like some people might be taking it, because I know that some people really like this song. It really is, it doesn't hit that way for me. I don't feel like the emotions from this track. I think the J. Cole's verse is fine, but overall the like entire aesthetic of this I kind of feel like is a little bit of a non-starter for me. The whole children's choir trap beat thing just doesn't really work that well, because it doesn't sound that good to me. It doesn't sound like super authentic, which I feel like it kind of needs to be for like this sort of thing to hit home. Well, that's it. Yeah, so far this is a pretty shit year for hit music. I don't think it's the worst year ever for music, but as far as hit songs go, not a great year so far. I mean, again, I like Boys a Liar, but as far as like songs hitting the top 10, there really hasn't been that much great stuff. This is not an amazing year for pop music in general, too, or hip hop. There aren't like really big hip hop or pop albums this year that like everybody's like stopping to talk about or listen to. I'm hoping the second half of this year is going to be good. Hopefully there's some bangers that come out that the next time I do this thing, I do like a end of the year Billboard thing. I think that hopefully it's better than this, because this is pretty garbage. This is pretty trash.